Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me is Tim Cofer, CEO of Central Garden and Pet, to discuss growth and innovation in both industries. Tom, as an owner of 3 rescue cats, I have been looking forward to this interview. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Hey, Jill, thanks very much. Pleasure to be with you.
And the pet and garden industries have been outperforming other areas of the market. Can you talk about the industries in general, the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, and if you see more room for growth and innovation in this space?
Absolutely. Well, look, I mean, both these industries, pet and garden, are resilient growth industries, and we've seen that accelerate in the last year or so, given the COVID pandemic. If I start with pet, pet is a $100 billion industry, consistently a strong growth industry. And what we've seen in the last year or so is that really accelerate. We've seen an incremental 2.7 million households joining and adopting new pets. And of existing households that currently own pets, like you, Jill, we've seen 1/3 of them add another pet, at least one more pet to their family. So, and I'd say what's most encouraging about this is we're seeing it in the younger cohorts. So millennials, Gen Zs jumping into the pet habit, actually above the prior demographic. So really bullish on the outlook of the pet industry and our ability to capitalize on it. Shifting to garden, similar. Garden overall, I'd say the garden segment we compete in is we call lawn and garden consumables. Think grass seed, fertilizer, bird feed, etc. That's a $33 billion industry. Nice growth. Last year with COVID-19, all the homesteading, stay at home, we saw 8 million incremental households jump into these categories. Once again, driven by younger generation. And obviously that's fueling very robust growth across all the lawn and garden categories.
And Tim, tell us a little bit about Central Garden and Pet.
Sure. Central Garden and Pet, founded in 1980, so 40 years, industry leader, about $2.7 billion in revenue, about 65 brands across both pet and garden, leadership brands, number 2 overall in pet supplies here in the United States, number 2 overall in lawn and garden consumables here in the US, really strong routes to market, distribution, manufacturing. And really proud that last year our 6,300 men and women at Central delivered all-time record results. And that continued in the first quarter of our fiscal 21. Sales were up 23%, all-time record profits, really capitalizing on the favorable trends and executing well.
And what differentiates the company from its competitors? Why should investors be excited about the story?
Well, a few things are unique about Central. I mean, one is our core business is indeed manufacturing and marketing our own products. In addition to that, we're also the leading distributor, including other companies' products. So that strong route to market across all of retail and that strength of partnerships with our customers gives us some real advantage. Obviously, our leadership brands, our 4-decade experience in the industry, our fantastic men and women that are passionate about both categories, garden and pet. And I think the proof's in the pudding, the results, strong results in fiscal 20, record results here in the first quarter of 21, feeling like we've got some great momentum. And we also crafted a new long-term strategy that really is aiming to lead the future of the industries, make sure we're building the capabilities, digital, M&A, e-commerce, innovation to future-proof this company.
And Tim, to wrap up here, how do you work with your customers, whether it's local, independents, mass market, retailers, to ensure you can meet the demands of their consumers? And tell us about some of the trends that you're seeing.
Yeah, well, here at Central, we're rather ubiquitous in our offering across all those channels, as you said. So whether that's, your local lawn and garden nursery around the corner, your local pet shop, all the way up to the, specialty big name pet players, big box players, the home centers, and then the pure play e-commerce providers like an Amazon, like a Chewy. And so we work with each of those with tailored solutions. The breadth of our portfolio, I think, gives us some real advantages. Again, our strength of distribution as a real asset to leverage. with innovative products. And that allows us to really have, I would say, some of the strongest partnerships with those retailers. We're seeing growth in both industries. We're seeing growth, obviously, in e-commerce. We're seeing growth in personalization on pet, in sustainability and health and wellness. And those are all areas important to our customers, our consumers, and us at Central.
All right, Tim, appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks, and thanks for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.
Thanks.